What is love bombing exactly? How does it look? And what's it all about? That's what we're talking about today at queenbeing.com. Let's get started. My name is Animated Angie, and on this channel I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button. Let's get going. This is Carol. She's been love bombed, and today she's going to share some of her memories with you. Carol, welcome to the show. Thanks, Angie. Happy to be here. My pleasure. Real quick, let me define love bombing for you. It's yet another form of manipulation that a narcissist uses to reel in his victims. The Urban Dictionary calls it a person who is full of love and always ready to express their love for somebody. That's what they call a love bomber, but when there's a narc involved, it turns into a whole other ball of wax. We all know how predictable a narcissist can be. Indeed, my friend, and in the early stages of a relationship, or even during a renewal period in which a long-term relationship in which he reactivates the love bomb, you can rest assured that certain things will happen with almost any love bombing narcissist. Yep. Alright, let's do this. I had no experience with this type of person, so I didn't know what love bombing was. Unfortunately, that's pretty common. Go on. Wanted to get super close, super fast. He said I love you very early on, and the kicker? I couldn't understand why a single guy with a truck would trade it in for a family-sized van. This happened 3 months after I met him. I was divorced with 2 little kids at the time. I couldn't even allow him to meet my children for about a year, but he told me later the van was purchased with the kids in mind, my kids, after 3 months. Should have known. He told me God sent him to me, that he prayed specifically for a woman like me and one that's been hurt, that he could love and give them so much, as he has so much love to give, and truly their kids as his own. See, my kid's dad was an alcoholic and he was hurtful to them growing up, and he said God sent him to bring healing to my kids and to be the dad they never had. He then worked on them, also wrote me poems all the time. How do I love me? I mean, you, let me count the ways. He told me I was so much classier than his ex. I believed him. He said she cheated on him and that was the best, he'd been the best boyfriend ever. If you'd known about this stuff, you'd have seen this as a major red flag, but you didn't know because you're obviously stupid. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I should have seen it as a major red flag, alright, but he said he fell in love with me and his relationship with her didn't matter to him anymore because she had no ambition in life. Of course, he was looking at my family and the money I would inherit, I found out later. Turned out he was still seeing a shrink to get over his ex. Didn't know this until my stepfather saw him there one day. Couldn't believe it. I mean, I was just trying to get someone to tell me it was all her fault or whatever. Gaw. He said he was closing the book on his last relationship. To butter me up, he said, I told the shrink that I had met you and I loved you. The shrink asked me what I loved about you, so I said everything. Ha ha ha. Well, today I know that meant that I don't love her in any shape or form. I'm triangulating her with my ex. Typical. I was so blind. He said there was no one in his life he loved as much as he loved me, not even his children. Ugh. What? I mean, kids are just little extensions of me, right? And I hate myself, so yeah. Oh yes, he loved me by the end of our first week, and he was making plans for our future by week 3. I should have known. By the 2nd month, he asked me to move in with him, and by the end of the 3rd month, guess what? The devaluation phase began. Oh my stars. You were so clueless, weren't you? Then he had us both put GPS tracking on our phones so we could see where we were. So crazy. Yes, I'm in control. He insinuated himself into every area of my life in a short time and said I love you really quick, couple weeks. I loved you like a cell phone, baby. You were new and shiny, of course, duh. For a while, he acted like everything about me was the greatest thing. He did and said all the right things. I was so blind. Ugh. Duh, because I'm awesome and no one can be as good as me, especially you, Supply, because you suck. Ho ho ho. Early in our relationship, one sunny day, I was supposed to call him at a certain time. I was late calling him because I went to the supermarket with my mama, but that wasn't good enough. Yeah, that was my bad, but it was small and it was a fixable infraction, wasn't it? But I'm pretty sure it triggered his abandonment issues from his past, so to speak. So when I got home, he called me and acted all dramatic and foreboding and said, "I'm sending my dad to come pick you up. We have to talk." Well, of course, I was full of trepidation. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. So I got to his house and went to his room where his two younger sisters were, and he sat across from me. His jaw was clenched and his nostrils were literally flaring with anger. Oh my gosh. "I looked at you with total fury, like a father would look at his child if he just caught her shoplifting $1,000 worth of merchandise. I said I was breaking up with you." Ha ha ha. I was devastated. I wasn't done with this relationship. I tried to look formidable, to stand my own ground, but I couldn't help but notice that his nostrils flared. Well, he looked like an angry bull. "And you thought it was hot, and you told me that, word for word. And this disarmed me, and I chose not to break up with you right then. Yes, quite sick. Girl, that was crazy. And now it's time for the question of the day. The question of the day is, have you ever experienced the love bombing of a toxic narcissist? And if so, what was it like? Share your thoughts and experiences below and let's talk about it, all right? All right, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.